Hey, Tej here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Netflix. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave theory and provide multiple scenarios your price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting from here at these lows of around 12th of May, around $163. We had a higher time frame count in which this was a bottom of something, and we've been following that count upwards. With this one, we had a bullish count in which we would have this as a wave 1, 2, another wave 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, ending with a contracting diagonal into that fifth, completing a possible third wave. Now it is possible that this was indeed a C wave as well. More confirmation that this was going to be a 5-wave structure is that we are going to be taking out these highs. For the wave 4, we had the idea of having this as an ABC. However, I've really looked into this and it is possible that wave 4 was actually here as well, although it did not make new lows. For that scenario, we would have this whole thing as a WXY, in which we would have this structure here as a 3-way structure, another 3-way structure, and then another 3-way structure. So that way we could have this as a W, X, and Y. At that point, again, wave 4 would be in here. Now, the reason why I was preferring that idea here, now that I've looked into this again, is just because this feels very, very impulsive to the downside. This would be very ideal for a 5-way move. And with that kept in mind, we could be having either this as a 3-way structure, 3 waves and 5, to create that flat pattern in here, to have this as that, where did I have it? Like this, as a WXY. We have not invalidated the idea either that we had before, where this was the wave 4 at the end of the C wave. On higher time frame, again, we were looking into this previous wave 4 of that third wave as the area in which we would need to pivot from, and that is exactly what we did. We had the invalidation down here at around $207, which was lining up very well with the 0.5 fib of this third wave move of this minuet count. And again, that's the invalidation as it is, as the wave 4 would be getting back to this wave 1 territory. At that point, again, we would have confirmed that this was indeed an ABC move up in here, but again, that did not happen, so we can still have this bullish mindset open. Now, since these lows that we will put in place, we have two different ideas now. Either we have this as the wave 1, this here as the wave 2, and then this would be again 3, 4, 5 coming up somewhere. Or that we start the structure or count from here. Now, this next structure, however, most likely is going to be some kind of diagonal. It definitely looks like a diagonal. We do have those divergences here on RSI telling us, okay, that there is momentum slowing down. And this is very typical for a diagonal that is contracting. And we could see this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. At this point where we would have this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, I don't think that is going to be the case, because again that would be very bullish. We would have that invalidation right here of that scenario around the 235. But again, to me, it looks way better as a diagonal. Now, if we are thinking that this is the 1, 2, and the wave 4 is again starting from here, this would be most likely another wave 1 and wave 2 stacking up for or creating this nested pattern for this wave 5, very similar what we had here. It looks like that Netflix here, from at least on the bottoms, are very eager to make these contracting leading diagonals or ending diagonals as well in here. So we can see these are very common, at least on Netflix charts, at least on these time frames on 1 hour. So that would fit the idea as well very well, that we have a wave 1 of something here as well. Now, again, why I don't think this is a third wave? Again, because it is that small, and yeah, it does not really fit into the idea of that being a 1, 2, 3, unless again we would be creating some kind of a larger diagonal here that would fit the idea then. But the overall expectation is that at least to me, that is a 1-2-1-2. Now again, the same scenario, if we put the wave 4 here and have that WXY count in here instead of that ABC ending here, we would have this as the wave 1 and then wave 2 coming down. If we are looking at some kind of volume metrics here, we can see that point of control would be around 225. That is very low if we are getting to that number. If we are looking at, let's make sure that we got the high here. Yep, there we go. That is very low to me. It's gone beyond the golden pocket here, which again we have the basically as the last support here. It is beyond or before the 786, which is again the max I want to see for any wave 2. But again, if we are looking at this NFLX and seeing these kind of retracements that are almost invalidating the wave 1 lows here, also in here, and I think this one is also around the 786 or even further. Yeah, 786. So yeah, you can definitely see that on NFLX chart, the lows or the retracements for the wave 2s are often very low. So it is very much of a possibility that we do go beyond the golden pocket back into this point of control here before getting up higher. And that is definitely something I would be looking at. If we are looking at, again, zooming out a bit and looking at some kind of targets that we have, let's take a look. We can see that wave 3 did not really extend too much. The extension again is measured from wave 1 to wave 2, and we see that we did go beyond the 1.618, but we did not hit anything else here on the scale. So we can expect some kind of extension on 5th. And let's see, so this would be wave 3 not extended, and these would be some of the targets that we would have. 270 to 304 would be the ideal areas. But again, if we are thinking that this is indeed a 1-2-1-2, 3-4-5, 3-4-5 could be very easily happening. If the wave 4 is here, then this would be a 1-2, 3-4-5, and then I think this would be the most common I would see, or most common area I would look at. However, again, if we are looking at the previous structure here, a massive fair value gap with nothing basically supporting or having as a resistance here. So it could be that we are ripping right into this next area where some kind of volume at least is starting to get up. We would be getting that extension here on 5th. That would make some sense to me. But we'll see how this retraces and if there is some kind of position that we could be taking. Or if this turns out to be that this indeed was a wave C, and then we would be just creating some kind of flat pattern like so, and possible continuation. I don't think that this was a top. If we had an ABC here, I don't think that if we are still to be continuing downside, I don't think that this here, this structure downwards was very impulsive, so that I'm still expecting these highs to be taken out in any case. Now, again, we can be talking about the higher time frame scenarios later on, but the idea is that either this is a start of something as a wave 1 or wave A. That depends on if this is a 5-way structure into a wave A, B, and then C. We can be seeing that whether this structure of that wave C is going to extend to the 1.618 extension of this first leg, then we can turn into more bullish on higher time frame. If not, then this could be coming down again, and we need to be looking at our higher time frame expectations again to see if there is actually some more room to the downside. But I think that is enough for NFLX at this very moment. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below, and for now I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you next video, bye bye.